Hey, would you look at that? CubeCraft has players again. And we also played 1,000 games! Welcome, guys, another episode of Bed Wars. So, a couple years ago, I remember reading this book about, like, baking or cooking or something like that. And by remember, I mean I remember basically nothing about it. I did not enjoy? Jesus, I'm not very good at speaking English. I did not enjoy reading it. It was for chemistry. There was a lot of cooking for chemistry. Not that type of cooking. I probably should have specified. This is off to a really good start. So anyways, one of the subjects in it was including what is a vegetable, and I'm pretty sure it mentioned like nothing is a vegetable because it can be classified as something else. And I just look at this and I go, that's some flawed logic. You see, there's like, what's it called? Semantic change to words. Is that what it's called? I don't remember. Basically, words change over time. Let's go after Light Blue. They're competent at the game. Words change over time. Let's see how they address why nothing is a vegetable. And I think Matt Pat from Food Theory, back when he was doing that, also covered this. I'm not entirely sure. Hello? No. You... Yeah, that's gonna go well. Hello? No. Uh-huh. Yeah, you're dead. Why was he? Wait, what? Huh? Okay, I forgot you cannot sprint while in the air. Thank you, Minecraft. I love this game so much. I have to deal with Light Blue. Yay. Uh-huh. Yep. Why was Yellow after me, though? He should have gone after Light Blue, because that's who broke his bed. Bruh. This game is so stressful right now. I have no idea why. I just want to talk about vegetables. And I don't mean disabled people. I mean the plants. Anyways, the point the book is trying to make, is... So, you know, corn, it's classified as... Actually, I don't remember what it's classified as. Maybe it's starch, I don't remember. I think it might be a grass. Although, maybe that's a different type of classification. I'm moving my phone right now, and it's connected to a cord so I can actually have a microphone. Because I have to plug my microphone into my phone. Am I going to be on the subject again? Probably not. Yay. That's a good time to start defending your bed. Good job, sir. Alright, on to the next round. Anywho. You could also define, like, potatoes to be a starch. Why am I going for things that can be a starch? You could define everything to be anything but a vegetable. Tomatoes are a fruit, and you know what? Fine. Okay, the fruit one is fine because, well, fruit is just a really broad category anyways, so... Because you can also say tomatoes are in the deadly nightshade family, which is true. I mean... But tomatoes are not deadly nightshade, you know? Just like how... Well, they are, but they're not, you know? You know, they are, but they're not. They're not the deadly nightshade. They're the... in the family of it sort of thing. Anyway, so... That's how I feel about this whole... these things are not vegetables. They're legumes. They're stone fruit. They're... whatever. Now, if it's a fruit, I can understand that to some extent, but also you can have legal definition, which changes things a lot. And legal definition is just whatever the law considers to be a fruit or a vegetable, in which case tomatoes are legally a vegetable. Because I'm pretty sure, unless it's changed, the FDA says, the Food Drug Administration says that tomatoes are a vegetable. Yeah, let's just... go ring around the rosy or something. You can grab your diamonds or whatever. Nope. Ha! He wanted to do a strafe, but he just did not know I can counter. Nope. Nope. Huh? Nope. I should have tried to break that block a little bit faster, but if I stand back here, he won't be able to hit me because we're too far from an... Yeah, sure, it may have another title, but that doesn't mean it's not a vegetable. Just because it has another title doesn't mean it's not this other thing as well. You can be multiple things. Oh wow, he did not actually have good defense. That was so sad of him. That hat is so useless because nobody has skeletons. Who gets skeletons? They're so useless. Alright, anyways. As I was saying, that was actually pretty much the end of the subject. Oh my goodness, I covered this way too fast. What? Huh? I have to find more things to talk about for this subject because I already described that these things that you don't think are a vegetable are actually vegetables, which just comes from an issue of logic when you find things that we think don't work but actually still do. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Good job. You've done great in life. You know what? No, there is more to talk about in this subject because that legal definition, that annoying little legal definition that I should have researched beforehand. So you know what? You get to have an expert coverage of this subject. By expert coverage, I mean it's equal to what you'll get in a newsletter, which is a very poor quality. Okay, maybe it's not that bad, but it's going to be pretty terrible because it's presented by me and I didn't research this, like I said. Anyways, I can't speak English. Why tomatoes are legally a vegetable, or at least they used to be. Anyways, the time is like the Vietnam War or something like that. Maybe it's World War II. I don't know. One of the... It's the time of war. It's that time again when the U.S. is like, let's fight! Yeah! Ugh. Yay! PvP! On an open server. But instead it's hardcore mode. Yay, hardcore PvP is what the US has decided, and so there's malnutrition. They can't exactly recruit as many soldiers. I'm more or less quoting this one from MatPat, I think. The book did not talk about this, alright? It did not. If it did, I completely skipped that chapter or page, man. Also, I think this was like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember anymore how long ago. It was at least 2 years. That's what I know. Could have been 3. If it was 4, I'd be a little bit surprised. But anyways, yeah, anyways, they can't recruit as many soldiers because they're just too weak. They look like me, man. That poor guy is losing his bed. Alright, anyway, so because all these people are suffering from malnutrition, they look at, hey, what happens if you get more veggies in your diet? If we just... Okay, he got an annoying double hit on me. Are you gonna go up those stairs and try to hop down and I blocked off the exit? Yep. I completely missed. I am so bad at video games. Do not try to... Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh no! I hate that man with all my heart. So yeah, the soldiers were not very numerous because nobody was eating their veggies. Yes, this worked out very well for you. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You want to... Thank you. Thank you. That worked out very nicely because I can break your bed in time. Yeah, so anyways, they decided to reclassify vegetables or something like that. It didn't... Actually, I don't know if it worked out very poorly. That was just a random statement. No, I don't know how it worked out. But anyways, that meant that tomatoes were loosely considered a vegetable, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but they classified it as one of them anyways, so... You really like regeneration, don't you? I mean, it did not save you, but you like regeneration. Also, your bed was undefended because of your regeneration totem. That was just a terrible idea. Wow. Incredible gameplay right there. Anyways, that's all I have to say is, like, tomatoes are legally a vegetable, but they're not scientifically a vegetable because, well, they're a fruit. right? They have seeds on the inside or whatever it is everyone always has to mention. But all these other things are vegetables, not mushrooms. Mushrooms are a fungus. And, well, walnuts are a nut or something, so I really hope it's a nut. I'm pretty sure peanut is a legume or something instead of a nut. I could be mistaken. I don't remember. That book was a long time ago. And I did not care for it at all. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, because it would really mean a lot to me. As every YouTuber, please subscribe. There we go. Now you have to, because otherwise you would feel bad. At least that's what I'm betting on, right? Alright, bye.